Hello and welcome to Domi Tries This. I hope you brought your cuppa. Today's coffee mug is from my friend Tracy from ages ago. This is several years ago she gave me this mug, and it's full of Shakespearean insults. You Rampillion, you Fustelarian, thou art a boil, a plague sore. All that stuff. It's all over. Meat for the worms, lump of foul deformity, all eyes and no sight, and so on and so forth. Anyway, it is one of my favorite mugs. I really do. I love all the little insults on it. And then, of course, it has some images associated with Shakespeare. Not too many, 2 or 3. Today's tea is one that I'm pretty sure I've had on the channel before, but I don't remember what it tasted like at all. So this is the Stash Tea Ginger Fire Chai Herbal Tea with mate, M-A-T-E. I would normally pronounce it mate, but somehow I suspect that that's not what it's supposed to be. Anyway, like I said, I don't recall what it tastes like at all. I'm expecting something a little on the spicy side. I did put in my standard 2 tea bags to try to help with that. Got my sugar and milk. Let's give this a taste. Yes, we have a bit of fire in there. I'm not sure what's in there. There's something kind of on the spicy side. It might be the ginger. Ingredients: ginger root, yerba mate, cinnamon, natural vanilla, more ginger extract powder. So that heat that I'm getting from there, that bit of spice, has to be the ginger with the ginger extract powder. This one is delivering. As you recall, I recently tried a supposedly hot, fiery type tea, and it didn't have anything in it. So this one is delivering on that. And you do get the vanilla. It's actually pretty good. It's decent. So today is another set of reviews of some things that I got in my 2018 birthday bash. Unfortunately, most of these were disappointing for one reason or another, and not all of them for the same reason. I do have one in here that I really like and intend to keep, but for the rest, yeah. We'll start with the worst and go on to the most successful for me. Let's do that. So we can try to end on a good note. So the first one is the shadows and highlights that I got in a mystery box from a company called Sparrow Cosmetics. I found them on Instagram. I'm almost afraid to bring this up. I found them on Instagram and got one of their little mystery bags, and they sent me 3 shadows, varying finishes, and the highlighter. Well, let's start with the highlighter. My youngest daughter has already claimed this. She saw this and she went, I don't care, I'll make it work. This is a very, very soft highlighter. I've already had it break on me once. The pigmentation is okay. The packaging for these were kind of disappointing. And there's the highlighters. You can see it's kind of a silvery thing. It is a bit on the patchy side. Like I said, I've already had it break. I don't know if you guys can see. They don't even fully fill their pan. The pressing is funny. I love the color. It does work when I want to put something shiny in the corner of my eye. However, I have lots of shiny things I can put in the corner of my eye that work better than this. I did end up putting it in a color pop because none of her stuff came in pans at all. A few of the companies that you do that from Etsy and whatever, you have to actually request, some of those indie brands, you actually have to request that it be in a pan or pay more for it to be in a pan. But I was really surprised she didn't include a pan with these, honestly. It is like I said, it was a mystery bag, and you can't just assume that everybody has pans for your product. But anyway, yeah, it's It's okay on the coloration. The pressing is really soft. It broke very easily. It didn't drop or anything. It just, and it doesn't really build. The color is pretty. There's shifts of, I think, of a lavender kind of in there, even though it's kind of on the silver end. But yeah, it was very disappointing. The whole brand was disappointing. I'm not planning to buy from this brand again. But like I said, my daughter claimed this. She saw the silver and wanted it. She's going to be a little surprised it's coming off lavender. But she'll get it in this little ColourPop case because she needs a case for it, and I'll be giving her that. Next were these 3 shadows. Now, this one didn't work because of pigmentation. This one didn't work because of color match, and I don't even know about this. I don't know what this glitter is in, but it's a mess. It gets everywhere. Had to clean off our fingers so we could do this. All right, so the blue and this. So there it is. As you can see, that blue is patchy, and I tried to use it on my eyes, and it ended up being a real mess, to be honest with you. My eyes are very sensitive. As you know, I've had issues with my eyes since the last summer, and slightly before that, honestly. I do have a space where shadows evaporate, but all of that problem has been worse since last summer, my issues then. I can't sit here and take the time to build stuff up. It ends up aggravating my eyes even more, and it becomes a real mess. And this, not only does it show up patchy on the first application, it also is very hard to repair. The shimmer is fine. It does fade out a little bit on the end of the swatch, but I expect that. It performs well, but like I said, it's not a color that really works for my skin. I have other similar colors. I don't need one that's on the lower end of performance. I have one from ColourPop, I believe, that's very similar in color. Give me just a second. So these are the 2 from ColourPop that are similar. This one's a little deeper than this one, a little deeper than both of them, but the color is still the same. As you can see, the pigmentation is much, much better. As for the glitter, I don't know what this glitter is in. It's very soft. It does apply. It doesn't stay. It disappears. It's a pressed glitter. It's very easy to pick up. You can get a decent glitter out of it, but it just ends up, I mean, I've already got it all over my shirt, my chest, other places. It gets everywhere. It's like the Colored Rain Silver in the Colored Rain palette, in that you put it on and then it's everywhere. It literally is everywhere. So, yeah, these were just a real disappointment, and I'm not at all interested in trying anything else from the brand. I'm not, they aren't going to stay in this. I'm going to have to find something to put these guys in so I can put these 2 in my Project Beauty Share or throw them away. My oldest daughter has claimed the glitter. Let her deal with it. But yeah, I'm not, after my experience with these 4 items, these 3 shades and the highlighter, I'm not at all even remotely interested in trying anything else from them. They keep having people show really beautiful looks on their Instagram. I don't know how they do it. I can get some very difficult palettes to work, very difficult colors to work. These were just awful. So yeah, I don't recommend the brand. The next one that I have, and this is going to be a very short video. I only have a few of these that I'm showing. As you know, I just do 2 or 3 at a time, especially since I'm swatching and stuff like that. I still have glitter everywhere. Well, there you go. It's all over. It doesn't come off. It just, I'll have to wash it off later. Anyway, so the next one I have is actually a very impressive palette in terms of pigmentation and blendability and all of that stuff. For me, the color story was an issue. So this is the e.l.f. Opposites Attract. I actually was very attracted to this. The colors are beautiful. However, there are a couple of problems. The light colors are all neutrals. The supposed color colorful colors are all very dark. And so as a result, for me, this palette just doesn't work. I won't use most of these neutrals, and these are often very muddy, dark shades. The pigmentation is fine. I do like the pigmentation. I'm willing to try another e.l.f. palette of this nature. It's just this particular palette just doesn't work for me in general. It ends up being too dark in the looks because I cannot use at least half of these colors in the neutrals in the lighter zone, and these darker ones are just, they're not as colorful as you would think. I'm going to do some random swatches. I'm going to try to do most of these dark colors. So we have, my cats are being weird. So I'm going to do this color, Clever and Chill and Genuine, and then Wise. So that's these four here for starters. Clever, Chill, Genuine, and Wise. As you can see, the color is fine. The pigmentation is fine. Let's do Easygoing, Cheeky, Happy, and Spicy. Cheeky. Excuse me, that's Easygoing. Cheeky. Happy. And Spicy. I'm not sure why Happy didn't show up. It must be a skin tone thing. And I'm going to do this last one. I'm going to do these last two shimmers, Bold and Daring. Bold and Daring. So as you can see, the pigmentation is beautiful. It's great. I just was having trouble working with it, and I tried working with it several times. I tried mixing it with other palettes, and I kept coming up with these dark looks, and it was very hard for me to work with them to lighten it up because the lighter colors are pretty much neutral colors. It was just really harder for me to work with. So I wouldn't say that this is a fail so much as it just doesn't work for me. I do recommend it for someone who is into these kind of colors, wants something that's has a lot of neutrals in it with some pops of color that are on the darker end and not too bright. I think that would work for somebody like that, but it just doesn't work for me. So this is going to go into my Project Beauty Share box, and hopefully they can find somebody who will give it some love. So the last thing is actually a success, and I'm honestly not surprised because I tend to like NYX's lipsticks and highlighters and blushes. Their eyeshadow palettes, sometimes hit or miss, but their lip and cheek products tend to be very, very good. And that is this NYX Butter Lipstick in the color Ripe Berry. So there's the packaging. I picked this up with their Midnight Chaos palette. I think this is a beautiful color. This is the kind of color, it's going to sound odd because it's not really nude on me. As you can see, it's more along the berry reddish tone. But to me, this is the kind of nude that I will wear because it doesn't disappear on my skin. I actually have it underneath what I'm wearing right now. And it can mix with other colors very well. It does seem to help mellow some of them out. I had to put another coat of something on to darken up today. But it's very smooth. It is very creamy. It's not really a matte, but it's also not really a glossy. So it's a nice, it looks kind of matte. It has very little, as you can see, it has very little shine to it. You can still see the glitter from the Sparrow. It has very little shine to it, but it's very, very comfortable. I can see myself picking up more of this particular line as long as they still have it, just because it is such a comfortable, matte-like appearance without that dry, matte-like feeling on your lips, but without, it doesn't go very glossy either. So it's a really, really nice lipstick. I really, really do like it. I do think it is more what I would wear on the quote-unquote nude side for me. So I actually really do enjoy. I haven't used it as much as I want to because I've been playing around with so many other things lately, but I am definitely going to keep this and continue to use it in the future, both by itself and as a mixer, because it really is, the formula is really nice. I really, really do like it. And somehow between starting and ending, all the kids came out to play. It's a bit noisy out there right now, so hopefully it won't bother you guys too much. But fortunately, that's it for today. I hope you like what you've seen and that you will subscribe if you're not already. If you do subscribe, please hit the notification bell so you know when I upload. I currently upload 4 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. But we're about to have a lot of bonus videos through the summer. They're coming up real soon, and we usually have a bonus video every other month anyway. So you'll want to have that bell rung so you know when I upload. If you are part of my notification squad, you are going to want to check your bell and your subscription to make sure both are still active, because people are still being knocked off those particular, YouTube. It's a YouTube thing. The kids are really, really loud. I'm going to have to shuffle on through this really quickly. If you don't subscribe, well, we would be sad and very disappointed. However, you're always welcome back, and we would love to see you again. When we do see you again, if we do see you again, don't forget to bring your cup of tea. And let's hope that that kid ain't dying. Goodness gracious. Let's get this sipped. It's been steeping for a bit. I'm wondering if that fire end of it has gotten a bit stronger, and let's get out of here because it's gotten really, really loud. Yes, it has gotten stronger. When I first sipped it on the first time at the beginning of the video, you got that spiciness towards the end of the sip. Now you're getting it towards the beginning. And it strengthens towards the end. And it's almost burying the vanilla. Not quite. You still get just a little bit of it. But yeah, it's almost burying it in that spicy heat. I actually like it. If I'm going to have something that says fire, I need to have that spiciness to it. So I think that Stash did a really good job with this particular tea. I really enjoyed it. Anyway, I hope you all have a great evening that's just a little bit quieter than what's going on over here. And it looks like we have more thunderstorms moving in, more rain moving in. Anyway, have a good evening. We'll talk to you later. Bye.